Just because you may have incontinence or a physical disability, it does not mean that you can't exercise. But again, it's not the disability that's the problem, but it's your mind. What you set your mind to is what you would truly be able to accomplish. So let's change that mindset together and let's get a step closer to embracing fear with incontinence or even that physical disability, because honestly, we got this. But before I begin this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Guys, we're almost close to like 8K and I just can't get there without the help of you guys, and I really would appreciate it. So go and subscribe, and for now, I hope you guys enjoy this video. When I get older, I know MS will get worse. So by documenting my story right now, I'll have something to look back on years down the line when I know I'll continue to be struggling more, but I'll be able to look back on everything I've accomplished, and I'll be proud of myself for that. If I can exercise to some extent now, I'll do it before MS gets worse on me as I age. People think I do videos on YouTube to help people, but no, it's also to help myself. Because when I turn 50 and MS gets worse, I want to be able to look back on everything I've accomplished with Bumblebee. You know what MS honestly feels like? Knowing that there's no cure for this autoimmune disease, it brings me back to the pendulum. Where, you're about to get hurt, but there's nothing you can do about it but anticipate that moment. Now, with thinking about multiple sclerosis, I know that day I end up on a wheelchair is also going to happen, but I don't know when that's going to be. And that's the part I hate about MS. It's like the unknowing, the fear, the uncertainty, that constant reminder to pick up my feet for every time I walk outside. But maybe this is just foreshadowing for when I end up on a wheelchair, and honestly, I'm tired of crying. I'm ready. I'm ready to face fear. So multiple sclerosis and I don't do well in the heat, so I figured I would meditate for about a minute and take this time to think about the peak and my pit of the week. My pit was that it was quite hot and I wasn't doing my best physically in the heat, and my peak was being able to start this week off by being on a podcast with Liam from his channel, The MS Mindset. And honestly, I had such a great time being able to talk to someone who also has multiple sclerosis, and we filmed for about an hour, and the full podcast will be on Liam's channel. I'll put the link in my bio for when it's up on YouTube. But yeah, I just hope you guys check it out. Fear is the one thing that not many of us talk about. Why? It's because fear, talking about it makes you kind of vulnerable. And I mean, who really wants to come off as being vulnerable? So it's like people lean away from talking about fear, right? But I just felt like I had to talk about fear and embracing it with incontinence and a physical disability, because I feel like with embracing fear, it allows you to accomplish so much in life, or like even things like exercise, right? Where it's like, in a moment in my clip where I was trying to do a handstand and I started crying because I was like, I can't do this. And I was letting fear stand in my way. But then I was like, no, you know what, Pretty, we just said, fall down 7 times and you get up 8. So we're going to get up the 8th and we're going to succeed. So that's exactly what I did, and that's exactly what I did. So it was, yeah, I just feel like fear always stands in the way of a lot of our successes, I guess you could say. But the one thing that not many of us think about is that success happens through failure. So you have to go through failure to be able to reach success. And that's just the way I see it. Because like come on, I failed like 3 university courses in university, and I have 2 university degrees now. And then when I think about embracing fear with a physical disability, it's like that invisible disability that's just not so invisible anymore because you're the one that started using a cane at 23. This one I really did struggle with. This kind of goes back to the video that I filmed a couple of years ago where I talked about how my invisible disability is not so invisible anymore. In this video, I talk about using a cane, and when I started using a cane, I was 23. It's like when you see people using a cane, they're usually maybe in their early 30s or they're just significantly older, right? But then why is this 20-year-old using a cane? So it's like that was hard for me. I had to fear being outside for me to understand that it was okay to be different. Oh, I love what I said there. Okay. I'm upset with myself for the fact that it took me so long to embrace fear, because I feel like had I embraced fear while being in university, it would have helped me so much just having to walk to all of my classes, because that had always been so difficult for me. And especially because that was near the time I just got my diagnosis of multiple sclerosis and going through a relapse. I was in university going through a relapse, but honestly I feel like multiple sclerosis robbed me of my time from my 20s to 30s. I mean, like right now I'm 26. I have a late birthday, I just want to say that because I'm closer to 30 now than I am 20. So when I think about embracing fear with incontinence, it wasn't necessarily done through exercising, but it was literally done through wearing adult diapers and just having the courage to be like, hey, I'm gonna wear adult diapers. But one way I honestly did that was not just by waking up one morning being like, I'm gonna wear an adult diaper today for the first time. No. What I did was I documented my journey, and I've even done X amount of try-ons on YouTube trying on adult diapers, especially the ones that fit, the ones that didn't fit, and that allowed me to embrace incontinence, and it allowed me to embrace fear. One of the things I honestly don't understand is the fact that, one, diapers just don't come in extra small, right? But just forget about that for a second. Why is it that the InControl's active air only comes in the smallest size, being the medium? I'm not gonna fit into the medium, and like, what is that? What is that implying? Because it's like, to me, I'm just like, is it because it's only bigger people that work out and exercise? Because it's like, for me, no. It's like I have a disease. I need to keep active, but I don't have the active air to be active in. So it's like I know bigger people do work out, but I mean, petite people can still work out. It's just kind of annoying because the small size is a medium. So InControl, if you're watching this video right now, come on, like, make a size small. Like, it'll just be very helpful for your girl. But yeah. Honestly, squatting is the one exercise I do that makes me need to have a bowel movement instantly. Now, why that is because with squatting, from what it says on Google, squatting relaxes your, I don't know how to pronounce this, puborectalis muscle more and straightens out your colon, giving the poop a straight route out. Now, when you have incontinence, you don't need a straight route out. It just comes when it decides to come out. Honestly, I love myself. And I know some of you guys might be looking at me like, oh, that sounds a little self-centered. But no, I love myself to a point where it's like that thing I was so heavily focused on, as soon as I was done university, it allowed me to love myself. It allowed me to embrace incontinence. It allowed me to embrace fear. It allowed me to embrace my physical disability and embrace all of these things I've been struggling with for the past couple of years now. And that was all because I embraced self-love. That's pretty much it to my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram and check out my blog. I'll post the links down below as always. And I'll see you guys in my next video. That will be up soon, which will also be on a try-on. But yeah, so bye guys. There was this one time I posted this picture of my nephew, okay? At this point, my nephew was about 3 months old. He was really young. I held him in my arms and I took a picture. Or my sister took a picture for me because she thought it was really cute. And I thought it was really cute, so I posted it on my Instagram. When I posted it on my Instagram, the comments I was expecting was more of like, oh, this is a really cute picture, in which people did say that. But there were like quite a few people that were just congratulating me on having a baby. And I'm really sitting there and I'm like, I just did a try-on last week. Did I really look like I was pregnant? Like, I don't understand. I literally went back on all of my try-ons to see what I look like, because in my mind, I literally thought maybe I did look pregnant. So I'm literally going through every single individual video I've done a try-on on, because I was like, maybe I did look pregnant and I didn't realize. And I was like, guys, I'm 92 pounds. I was not pregnant. But it was just really annoying. But it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like,
sometimes people just really don't read. Like, honestly, the hashtag said nephew. It didn't say son. So